This story will change your life because it will change your perspective on the way you can achieve success. My name is Dearenee. This is a different style of video than what I usually do because I am in course mode. I am currently creating my community, my school community, which is what you see in front of you today. And I am making videos like this on the course, so I've decided to make a video like that right now for YouTube. But no more time wasted, let's get straight into today's video. This story will change your perspective on life. And the reason why it will do that is because from when I heard this story, it's such a simple and playful story. However, it has drastically changed the way that I see things, because already it's something that you may know, but when it's highlighted to you like this, it will completely change your perspective on things. So, I want to ask you a question. Will you choose the goose, or will you choose 3 golden eggs which the goose has laid? And this type of question is a very obvious question, because you would say, I will choose the goose, obviously. Because why would you not choose the goose? These are the eggs that the goose has laid. To be honest, I don't know who this is, so I'm sorry if you see this video somehow, some way, and you're here, but I don't know who this is, but I just put that photo there. However, which one would you rather choose? The goose, or the goose that laid the 3 eggs? The 3 golden, beautiful eggs. Which one would you choose? The thing about this question is that the majority of people will choose the goose because it's the smart option. If the goose is the one that has produced the eggs, why would I not choose the goose? Why would I choose the 3 eggs? I'm going to be missing out on the potential for me to actually get more eggs. Correct, right? It makes sense. That makes sense, right? But the thing about that is, everyone would choose the goose if it was presented to them like this. If the goose was consistently shown in this scenario, then everyone would choose the goose. Everyone would choose the right thing if the right thing was shown to them like that, correct? But in reality, the majority of people invest their money into the 3 golden eggs. The majority of people lean towards buying the 3 golden eggs. And these 3 golden eggs represent your car, your house, your clothes, your refrigerator, your TV, your holidays, etc. These sort of things and these sort of purchases. And I need to say that there is no issue investing into the golden eggs. However, the issue is exclusively investing into the golden eggs and not the goose itself. So as I said to you before, you may lean towards the goose initially because it's actually the smart thing to do. It is the right thing to do. However, everyone would choose the goose if it was presented to them in that scenario. Literally everyone. Okay, everyone's smart. Sorry. Everyone smart would choose the goose if it was shown to them like that. However, that's not how it really is. In reality, everyone chooses the golden eggs. Why? Because they weren't shown it to them in this scenario. And the golden eggs is a lot easier to purchase than the goose. So, let's continue. The goose is the breadwinner. The more money invested into the goose, the more eggs the goose can produce. Additionally, the more money invested into the breadwinner, the more things they can buy. And I got this from, I don't know what I was watching, but all I remember, it was made by Earl Nightingale. And he was telling a story of a father talking to his son. And the father basically said this exact story to him about the goose and the golden eggs. And the reason why he said this to him was, he was basically trying to show to him exactly what I'm trying to show to you. The secret to success, the reason why people are successful in certain criteria of life. Because they prioritize investing into the goose. Why? Because the goose is the breadwinner. The goose is actually the person who enables the golden eggs to be able to be utilized. If there's no goose, there's no golden eggs. And as you, looking at it from a third person perspective, you are thinking, okay then, I would rather buy the goose and invest into the goose because I can get more golden eggs. If you get the golden eggs, sure you could say, okay, maybe they'll turn into goose or something like that in the future, but why just stop at those 3 when you could invest the source and then invest into the source and then the source can actually produce you more, correct? That makes the most sense. So I'm here to tell you, if you haven't got it by now, you are the goose. You are the goose. You are the person that needs to be invested into. You decide to choose to invest into the golden eggs, but you should be investing into the goose. If you initially said that you should be investing into the goose, that you would invest in the goose rather than the 3 golden eggs, well then, that's something to yourself to say. You should be investing into yourself if you're not already doing it. Because In this situation, everyone would choose invest into the goose. Into the goose, yeah. But everyone decides to choose into the golden eggs. When was the last time you actually invested into yourself? When was the last time you actually put money aside to actually help build yourself up? You don't even know. But if I said to you, when was the last time you spent money on something, you would know. Maybe it was today you bought lunch. Maybe it was today you bought, I don't know, you bought clothes, or you bought a car recently, or you bought your house recently. And once again, there's no issue of you buying these golden eggs. There's nothing in the slightest. But the issue is exclusively investing into the golden eggs. There should be some time that you spend and some money that you spend investing into the goose. And why it's not working? You are the goose. So don't just solely invest inside of the golden eggs. Invest inside of the goose. So invest into yourself. The more you invest into yourself, the more golden eggs you'll be able to provide for yourself and your family someday. So a misconception is that a lot of people think that, okay then, if I keep investing into the golden eggs, if I keep battling the golden eggs, then I'll see true excitement and true enjoyment. And to some extent that is true. But I think the best way to invest into yourself, and I don't have this written down, this is just me spitballing. The best way to invest into yourself is by doing things that follow the lines of delayed gratification. Because when you invest into the golden eggs, you are getting your reward there and then. Straight away you receive your rewards. But when you invest into the goose, now you have to cultivate that goose. You have to make sure it's well, keep it healthy, keep it safe, take care of it, nurture it, and ensure that it stays as healthy and productive as possible, that will be able to produce more golden eggs. So something like that, it's not something quick that you may see. It's not something quick that you may see the rewards of. It's most likely not even a fun option. However, it is the better option. The more you invest into yourself, the more golden eggs you'll be able to provide for yourself and your family someday. Not today, someday. Because let's say you spend, I don't know, £500 on a bag today. Well, instead of you spending £500 on that bag, maybe you spend £500 on something else that could actually build you up, whether it was a course or mentorship or something that helps to build you up so you can learn a new skill. And then, because you've learned that new skill, or you've learned how to sell, for example, like a skill like how to sell. Because you've learned how to sell, now you can actually utilize that skill and make more than £500 than you're actually going to spend on the bag. And even though it may take longer, you actually have a better ROI. So because of that now, instead of you only having £500 initially, because you spent that £500 to learn a skill, and now you utilize that skill, you now have 1,000 a month recurring. Okay then, instead of just buying that one bag, now you can actually buy multiple bags. Realistically, let's say you wanted to spend, you could buy 6 times, you could buy 12, no, you could buy 24. You could buy 24 bags every single year if you really wanted to. I'm not saying that's a smart thing to do, but if you really wanted to, you could. Just from you not spending that money on the bag initially. Of course, these are all made up numbers, but in theory, it actually does work like that. The smartest people start to invest into the goose, and no matter what, they never stop. So you may think as a thing of, okay then, let me invest into the goose. Let me invest into myself today. Okay, I've done it, I've seen some ROI, and then stop there. No. The best ROI that you see is by consistently investing into yourself. Consistently investing into yourself. The story that Nightingale spoke about was that the dad said to the son, which leads on to the next part. The parents invested into the son for his education. After his education, from like primary school, secondary school, they expect him to go to university. And after he's finished university, he should continue to invest into himself. And then he said this: each year, they invest a percentage of their income into their knowledge to become an even more valuable person who is able to provide more and more golden eggs. So if you stop, then you are capped at how many golden eggs you can produce. But if you continue to invest in yourself, continue to invest in yourself, well then you can never cap how many golden eggs you can produce. Obviously, age is a thing and time is a thing, but there'll be a time when you're going to be at your pinnacle of eggs production, essentially, where you have the most money that you've ever made in your life because you consistently keep investing into yourself. So ensure that you invest into yourself. Now, how to invest into yourself? I'm not just going to come and give you all these theory things without actually giving you something practical to do. All of us can fall underneath one of these criteria on how to improve ourselves. Whether that be in health. Let's say you are somebody who, you know you're not the healthiest person. You don't go to the gym. You don't care about your nutrition. You're sleeping horribly. Mentally you're out of check. And spiritually you have no morals and you're degenerate. Well, then this is how you can invest in yourself. You get a gym membership. Maybe you purchase a book on nutrition, or you start watching nutritionists on YouTube or whatever platform you watch something on. Whether you start to get your sleep in check. People say 8 hours of sleep is what you need. Okay, sure thing. But for me, I think 6 hours is perfect, minimum. At least 6 hours of sleep. Mentally, you stop hanging around negative people. You actually start to focus and care about how you think and how you sleep and how you actually control your life mentally. Spiritually, you get right with God. You get right and do the right things. Because through that, then the majority of your battle and the majority of your walk becomes a lot easier. Education. Maybe you're a healthy person, you got the first couple of parts ticked. But education, you don't read. Reading for me has actually helped me so much, and I've seen my articulation improve, and I've seen my thinking process improve, and my mentality has actually improved through reading a lot. These past couple of days I've been reading a lot, so I can actually improve for my community and improve for my own self. Mentorship. Maybe you have somebody who's helping you to learn along the way, make you cut the corners. So instead of you having to take the long route, no, you cut the corner, take the shortcuts, because they've already done it. Even me and my friends were talking about how if we could go back in time to when we first started doing e-commerce, we would have saved so much money because we spent so much money because it was the most money we've ever seen in our lives. But if we went back in time now and we had a mentor, that person would have said, no, I've spent the money before. Don't come and spend the money. Save it. And save it for a next venture you could probably go in towards. But we didn't have a mentor. So imagine we had a mentor at that point in time. We would have saved so much time. So I say to you, maybe get a mentor. Additionally, experiences. Learning a new skill, journaling, setting goals. So there's the other, look at me, I forgot to put the last bracket, but there are other sort of tasks that you can do. Learning a new skill. That will help you to invest into yourself. I started to learn Spanish for a bit. I fell off it because I was on Duolingo and I lost my streak, so I just deleted the app. I was annoyed, but I think I got up to like 200 something days. And I did learn Spanish in secondary school and sixth form. But learning Spanish is one of the best things. I was talking to my friend about this yesterday when I was speaking Spanish on shift with these two Spanish guys. When I used to work as a waiter, it was one of the funnest experiences of my life. Sometimes I didn't understand what they were saying, but obviously they're nice guys, so they used actions in it. So let's say, for example, the example I gave him was that they said to me that, I needed the chips, because we were doing waiting in it. So he said to me, necesito patatas fritas. So, but he's pointing at the chips. So I know he's talking about the chips. So I say, okay, here's the chips. Something like that. You learn a skill and you can actually utilize it. It's an investment into yourself. Journaling. I sort of journal. Nowadays, I just journal like small thoughts. But back in the day, I used to do like, okay, date, time, what I'm thankful for. I do thankful for like separate to my journaling. But journaling is something really good. Look into it if it's something that you're interested in. Setting goals. I consistently set goals because setting goals will actually help you to have a direction and know where you actually should be heading towards. So these are certain things that you should be keeping towards to investing into yourself. So as we come towards the end of the video, the summary. People will say they want the goose, but choose the eggs. If you've made it this far into the video, you have no reason now to choose the eggs. You have no reason now to not invest into yourself because I've just laid it out to you. I've just laid it out to you why you should be investing into yourself rather than investing into the eggs. Cool, it doesn't mean, okay, now, because obviously where are you going to live if you don't have a house? How are you going to commute if you don't have a car? I don't have a car, I walk, but how are you going to do certain things without purchasing them initially? But don't exclusively purchase the golden eggs. Invest into the goose. Build up the goose so the goose can actually get better golden eggs and produce better golden eggs. Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah. You can still invest into the golden eggs, but prioritize the goose. So still buy the things you want to buy. Like me, I like eating. I spend money on food a lot. Sure thing, I still buy that. But the sole thing that I prioritize is myself because obviously when I do buy food, it's a little cheapskate. But when I do buy food, it makes me happy. So maybe that's my thing, but still, prioritize the goose. Do invest into the goose and make the goose as happy as possible. And not just happy as possible because I don't want to say that and then you also just start running towards instant gratification. You don't actually try and benefit yourself, but prioritize the goose, such as get a mentor, read books, go to the gym, set goals, all these things, all the mental, motivation you could possibly use, or all the type of productive or self-help or self-improvement or personal development tips you've ever heard before. Utilize the ones that actually help you and keep them going. For me, what helps me a lot mentally is ice plunges. Sometimes I'll just be like, no, I can't do this anymore. Ice plunge and I'm back on track. Even today I said I'm not even going to record ice plunge and then my mind is just clear now. You are the goose. In case after watching this video you forgot, you are the goose. You are the goose from original. So when I said to you, what would you rather choose, the goose or the 3 golden eggs? You said you'll choose the goose because the goose produces the eggs. Well then, know that you are the goose. And finally, you will see the best ROI when you invest into yourself. So, invest into yourself. Spend the majority of your money building yourself up. I think one of the greatest ones I've heard before is that LeBron spends $1 million on his body a year. Something like that is the goal. Like that is the goal. Like, obviously, he got NBA money, and I'll be there one day. But $1 million a year on his body, I'm spending like what? I don't know how much I'm spending. Maybe about 1 to 2K a year on my body right now. What does that look like to have $1 million a year? He's like 40, and he's still at like high level inside the NBA. That is exactly what you want to be. Of course, maybe not NBA stuff. It's not your interest, but still, investing so much into the goose that you will consistently see the ROI. That $1 million that he's spending on his body, it keeps him at the top of the game, and he's making back more than $1 million. Trust me, he is. So, all in all, you are the goose, and you will see the best investments when you invest into yourself. So, invest into yourself. And hopefully, through this video, you was able to, I forgot what the title was by now. I think it was, this video will change your life, or this story will change how you perceive life. Hopefully by now, it has changed how you perceive life, and it will lead you in a direction where you start to invest into the goose and see the best ROI in your own life. Well done for making it this far into the video. I have something I want to offer you. If you made it this far, you have my heart closest, if that's a saying or something like that. Well, thank you for watching this far. What I want to say to you is, I want to offer you my school community. I've been small marketing it, but the majority of people don't actually know what it is, because a lot of people don't know what the school platform is, or what a community is, or all these other things. What does Gold Echelon even mean? People can't even pronounce the second word, Echelon. So, what is it? Let me make my big head smaller. So, Gold Echelon is a school community. Recently, I've just discovered the school app, but Gold Echelon is basically my school community. It is my goal of turning young men into gentlemen through personal development. When I say gentlemen, I don't just mean you're going to be wearing the suit and the tie and all that stuff. Of course, that's part of it, because I do love that sort of attire. However, for me, when I say gentlemen, I say whatever goal or desire you have in your life, I'm going to help you achieve that. If you want to be an entrepreneur, or you just want to have a clearer mindset, or you just want to be fitter, no matter what it is, it falls underneath the criteria of gentlemen. Naturally, I could have said turning young men into men, but I didn't want to say that. I want to say gentlemen because I'm a little bit extra. But that's the goal of the community. That's the goal of Gold Echelon. So, what will I be offering? One-on-one personal development coaching. Exclusive courses just like this video. As I said to you at the beginning of this video was basically, it's basically like all the videos on the course. That's why it's like this. Usually you just see me sitting here talking head type of videos, but this video is made just like all the videos on the courses. The current courses are going to be the Mindset Transformation course. That's the course that I'm currently working on. But due time, we'll be adding the fitness course and how to be a gentleman course. Additionally, there will be 1 hour group calls every single week. And that's going to start when we get to 30 members. So be sure to get in there quickly. The bonuses that you get, because everyone loves some freebies. A brotherhood of young men like yourself. Everyone's going to want that. If you're watching this video, you need that. We all need it. We all need some guys around us to help us become better guys. Consistent value in the community. We be dropping gems inside of there. Videos like this is something. This is just a small little, just a what do you call it? A drop in the ocean of what's inside the community. Because I'll be dropping consistent gems inside of there, and so does other guys. Group meetups. So I plan on doing in-person meetups. They're going to be predominantly London-based because that's where I'm located. But as the group continues to grow, then we'll continue to try and branch out and travel and go to better locations. And then additionally, the ability to unlock more freebies as you stay longer. So, if that's something you're interested in, click the link in the description and join today. Don't hold up, because the price actually raises progressively. So whatever price you're seeing today, it is the lowest that you'll see. And you do not want to miss out. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Ensure that you lock in your price today. Join today. Jump in with some personal one-on-one development coaching with me. And I hope to see you guys inside of the Gold Echelon. Thank you for watching today's video.